Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another one of my football videos. Hope everyone's well. Sorry for those who don't like football, but obviously this is not going to be a video for you, but hope that won't put you off my other videos because they're not all about football. But anyway, I know I do quite a lot about football. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to try and stop waffling, but I thought I'd talk about some of my views about Celtic as a Celtic fan. And recently we had like one of the biggest games of our season, or the biggest so far, which was the Glasgow derby. So unfortunately, the result was really, and apparently, I didn't actually watch the game, I've got to admit, but the performance was really poor. So a lot of fans have been very disappointed about it. And I thought I'd give my 2 cents as Celtic are playing AC Milan today. And I'm a big fan of Italian football, so I'm not too bothered who wins tonight. Actually, I probably support Italian football just a little bit more than Celtic anyway. So, but in Europe, I'd love to see Italian teams do well. So on that note, I probably want to see Milan do well. But in terms of Scottish football, domestic football, I'd love to see Celtic win the 10th in a row. So, as I say, I thought I'd talk about some of my thoughts, because I've been thinking quite a few different ideas. I thought I'd wait till today. I've had a few ideas over a few days. So I haven't really planned it on paper. But anyway, sorry, I'm going to try and stop waffling. One thing I'll say before I get onto my list is that I'll say I'm going to do a list video first, or 3-part list video, because it helps me to organise my thoughts. I probably could have put it on paper, but I didn't really plan to do that. So anyway, as I say, hope people out there will enjoy it, and I'll try and stop waffling and get to the point. But yeah, a lot of people have come out against the manager, and some have come out probably even against the board, and certainly very angry with the players. But I think it's quite disappointing that people have used a bit of colourful language, so to speak, to insult each other, and also like talk bad about the manager and the players, which I think is a shame. But I think even if, like some people are saying, we should get rid of the, I'll say we as a fan should get rid of the manager. But I think whether you want to see the same manager or not, from Celtic's point of view, from Celtic's fans' point of view, I think that we fans should get behind the team. But also, like, even if I'm not saying we should or should not, I'm not saying we should or should not get rid of the manager, but I think that it is important to say when performances aren't good enough, or when you are worried about whether the manager is getting it right, and also whether he can change the tactics, whether he's versatile enough or too stubborn to change tactics that aren't working. I think it's really important for the fans to come out and have their say. But I do think we should be a united fan base. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with this because otherwise it'll be too long video. So here goes. So on that note, number one, I think we should be a united fan base as a club, like get behind the team and like not slag each other off because we have different opinions. It doesn't mean we have to agree, or that we have to say that we should stick to the manager or change the manager or whatever. It just means that I think we should agree to disagree amicably, and talk about why we think, like, talk about our ideas and listen to each other, and like we share the same goal of wanting to see Celtic do well and win the 10th in a row, winning the 10, as we say. And so I think it's important to have a united fan base, supporting each other, encouraging each other and all that, and encouraging the club. Number two, I do think the manager and players have to come out and say that they are committed to really going for 10 in a row, and are committed to really pushing themselves and putting in 100%. It's unforgivable to me to not put in 100%, even though the fans aren't actually in the stadium because of Corona. I think that's still like thinking about the fans at home. I think players need to go on the pitch and really think about playing for the shirt, playing for pride, and for the fans, and like the fans at home, or the fans that would be there in the stadium, or the fans that in the future hopefully are going to be in the stadium. And really, we as fans want to see 10 in a row. So I think it's really important that they show that they really want to win, and they come out when they've had a defeat, like against our main rivals, Rangers, to say it's not good enough, and I think they need to like apologise to the fans really if they haven't performed, and saying that we're going to get it better, and like reassure us that they're doing all they can and giving it 100%. Like then we're going to have something to get behind. So we feel that there's 100% to get behind, so we can be united and like encourage them, but we have something to cheer about and like get behind that, even if they lose, as long as they put in 100%. Number three, apparently some players don't want to be at Celtic, so they say, and like apparently the manager said some players don't want to be there, which is a bit worrying that Neil Lennon's playing those players, considering apparently they don't want to be there. Like, I think if they don't want to be there, why doesn't he either sell them, or at least like leave them on the bench until they eventually leave, or put in a transfer request or whatever, or why don't those players come out and say they don't want to be there? But I think without swearing, I think the ones that don't want to be there should go somewhere else, to put it politely. I think that only those who want to be there and play 100% and really want to be part of history should go out there on the pitch and really show that they want to be part of this, of potential history here, where they can give 100% to the team. So I think that's really important. And then at least the fans can say, at least the players are putting 100%, just like we want to see them putting 100%. We probably want to be 100% behind them, but it's a performance like they have to show that they want to be there. As I say, number 4, I think this week, not just this game, but the game on Sunday against Aberdeen, I think is. I think the team really needs to show, the manager and the players really need to go out, especially the players who are going to be on the pitch, really need to show that they want to, they want to be there, but also that they're going to put in 100%. And the performance the other day was, the performance, I think it was Sunday, wasn't good enough, and that they actually are reflecting and acknowledging that they didn't perform as well as they should have performed on Sunday, and that is not acceptable, not to put in 100%, especially against them, so to speak. So I think they really need to show that they are committed, that they really do want to kick on, and that this week, I think, is a really big week to show that we're going to put the past behind us and really go to try and win as many games, especially domestically, as we can. But yeah, as one team, like, show that they have the same goal and they really want to that they really want to put in 100% each game. So yeah, number 5. Yeah, so this week, as I say, I think is a really important time for all the Celtic players, especially. Obviously, they're the ones on the pitch. They're the ones who can affect change. Even a loss or a defeat against Milan, against AC Milan, of course, is acceptable as long as they put in 100% and they show that they are that they're committed. And I think they've got to win the game against Aberdeen, and they've got to start winning, winning every game as much as possible. Number 6, last season, and certainly I think last season was probably the one season where Rangers really challenged and took for a while. They were neck and neck with us for a while, and so that shows, it does give a bit of hope, because it shows that hopefully we can still we can win a game. But obviously we've still got to play Rangers quite a few times. So we still got to play the Rangers 3 times. So if we win those 3 and we win other games, obviously we can it's still in our hands. But at the moment, I don't think we can keep relying on Rangers dropping points. So I think it's really important that Celtic pick up as many points as we can. We can't afford too many draws, and we certainly can't afford many defeats, or if any, really. Maybe 1 or 2, but really got to show as well, bounce back. Like some people say as well, great teams don't lose 2 or 3 on the bounce, or even 2 on the bounce. They have to. Very rarely do they lose 2 on the bounce. They have to come back strong next time. Excuse me. Number 7. On that note, I know Man United, for instance, had a really bad defeat with Tottenham. They lost 6-1, but a week later they beat Newcastle 4-1. I know Newcastle aren't really flying either, but it shows that they recover. And then afterwards they won in the Champions League against PSG. So that does give us a bit of hope in terms of saying that we can actually still put this behind us. But it's really important this week especially, and obviously beyond this week as well, but this week is probably the main week to really show that they can handle the pressure, and they want to be there, and they want to put themselves behind the team, and they want to kick on and really win as much as possible. Number 8, again, I really hope they'll play with passion, commitment, drive, and show that they're passionate about winning, and they want to play as a team, and maybe play attacking as much as possible. Some people say, another thing that we've been doing wrong is playing only one up front, or even not having a proper striker, having a winger up front or whatever. So I think it's really important that we get I put 2 strikers up front and really challenge the opposition, maybe even starting tonight with as soon as their defenders or goalkeeper get the ball, that we pressure them, especially on Sunday. As I said before, I'm a fan of Italian football, so tonight I'll probably slightly rooting for Milan a little bit more, but I still think it's important to have the performance that that is a good performance. So I hope both teams perform well tonight, because as I say, I love Italian football and Celtic. But yeah, so I hope they'll show that they have that passion and hunger and drive and commitment and things like that. Number 9, again, I think it'd be good maybe if the players come out, especially after a bad performance, and talk about what they think they did wrong, or where they went wrong, and why they're gonna, and how they're gonna make sure it doesn't happen again, or make sure that it happens as rarely as possible. Like where they have, I know you're going to have a few games where you have bad games. You're not going to be able to say we're going to perform well at every game or every season. Sometimes we're going to have to scrape wins. We're going to have to scrape wins and play like difficult games where we have to score like a last minute winner or something like that. But I think it's really important that we perform as well as possible in each game, and even when we're having a bad game, and grind out results. But we must show urgency and all that. Obviously, the players must show that sort of thing. And number 10, I think it would be good to probably see a few young players today. Maybe even like drop a few players who haven't been performing, or if there are players who don't seem to be committed, maybe even say like, you're going to go on the bench unless you show you're going to put 100% in. That's really unacceptable not to put 100%. So if you made this far, thanks so much, and please support my channel. And I'm out. Peace and love.